Hey team, I'm Coach Trevor with LWStrength.com, and in today's video we're going back to the basics of goal setting and revealing the do's and don'ts and the key factors to think about when getting started on your goals. Now, if you have a big exercise bike or an elliptical in your home that has gotten more use as a coat hanger than a cardio machine, or a gym membership that has just been nothing more than a shiny keychain on your car keys, you are among the thousands of others each year who set out on a new venture but ultimately set themselves up for failure before even starting on day one. Now, before diving into achieving our goals, we need to first understand why it's even necessary to set up a goal in the first place. Now, when done correctly, goals can increase motivation and self-discipline. And along with that, our goals lead us down the path to becoming the best person we can be, fitness or otherwise. But don't think of your goals as a finish line, rather stepping stones. Our journey in life never ends, and neither should your goals. Some seasoned gym goers may tell you they don't have goals, but this is often not the case. If not for clear-cut goals they're striving for, there is always a purpose to start and continue. Whether it be a healthy work-life balance or to lift up grandchildren without back pain, there is always a purpose to go. It just simply isn't an imagined goal. We often have goals without even realizing it, but it's about addressing the goal or turning that purpose into a goal that will add an extra layer of intention to what you're doing. So now that we've quickly touched on the importance of the goal itself, let's run through 3 keys to creating a successful goal. Starting off with number 1, especially if you're just getting started on your health and fitness journey, it's crucial to start smaller and with more realistic goals. Instead of bouncing around from one thing to the next thinking, nothing's working here, give your bodies the time it needs to adjust and adapt to the changes you're attempting to make. And force yourself to focus on just one change at a time. Aim to spend a minimum of 1 month building on a single goal before adding anything else to it, or even thinking about changing your focus. Now, up next is much easier said than done. Trust me, I get that. This is going to be getting used to and even expecting bad days. And I'm putting this in quotes because you'll come to find out that staying consistent is much more important than aiming for an unattainable perfection. Take a moment to recognize that you're human and life happens. If you fall behind on your goals, it's okay and completely normal. It's not about setbacks, it's about bouncing back from them that matters. Going headfirst into your goals and giving yourself no leeway to have off days is setting yourself up for setbacks and disappointment in the future. Allow yourself and don't judge yourself for having a rough day, but instead use that energy to bounce back the following day. Now, before we head into the ideal goal setting outline, we're going to finish off our 3 keys with my last and what I feel can be the most beneficial when trying to accomplish a goal, and that is focusing on your support circle. Oftentimes, our self-discipline or self-motivation can fall by the wayside and we are left back at where we started. With a solid foundation and a solid support system, you can set yourself up for a successful journey. Now, this can be daily motivation from a spouse or even working out together with a close friend. Reach out to those you trust the most and let them know what you're trying to accomplish. More times than not, they'll admire your determination and will be more than willing to provide you with whatever motivation and support they're able to. So now that we've got you thinking about tackling those goals, let's give you the perfect outline to follow when actually setting up the goal in the first place. Today we're going to be learning about the SMART criteria. SMART criteria follows a predetermined guideline to help you achieve your goal. Think of it as a clear roadmap for both goal setting and assessing your progress with the goal itself. Now, the acronym stands for specific, motivating, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So to start off with specific, Like we mentioned before, narrow down on one thing at a time. If we're trying to pull all these different changes in at once, well, sure, it might sound great at one time. We're only setting ourselves up to get overwhelmed by all these changes our body is making at once. Scientifically, our habits take a minimum of 25 to 30 days to really set in stone and ingrain into our muscle memory. So number one, about specific. Get specific with that goal. Now, number two is motivating, and your goal has to motivate you. You shouldn't start a goal because someone else is telling you to, or to try to impress anybody else. If your goal doesn't inspire you and make you want to strive to the end to finish, then reassess your goal. Now, A and R are very similar. We have achievable and realistic. As we mentioned before, especially if you're a beginner just starting off, these goals should be small and realistic when starting off. Like we said, making big changes all at once is going to be very tough for your body to adapt to, and more likely than not, set yourself up for disappointment down the road. Starting off with smaller and more realistic changes, achievable changes, is going to set you up for success in the early run and lead you on a more motivating journey to take on tougher goals in the future. Last but not least is time bound. And I know what you're thinking. I want to have as much time as I need on my goal. Well, when we're thinking of a goal, it needs to have a set time. If we give ourselves as long as we need on a goal, there's nothing actively pushing us to finish it. And that being said, there's also nothing telling us it's time to take a step back and reassess that goal. If you've been pushing and crawling at the same goal for more than a year tops, it's time to possibly reassess that goal and break it up into smaller segments that are, again, more achievable and more realistic. Keep yourself motivated by breaking up the bigger goals into smaller segments at a time. So team, setting fitness goals is easy, but setting the right fitness goals can be challenging. Take the time to plan and look at what you truly want to achieve. Surround yourself with support and take action on what gives you purpose. Whether you want to tone up or build muscle or lose weight, setting fitness goals is an excellent way to keep yourself motivated and on track. Use the SMART criteria to guide you through the process of creating realistic and achievable goals. If you've been putting off your fitness goals, now is the time to get on track. Fitness is essential for the mind, body, and soul. So don't wait. Start now. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you the best of luck on your fitness journey, and we'll see you next time.